This episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the first name in men's below-the-waist grooming. Over 2 million men worldwide have trusted Manscaped's line of precision-engineered tools for the family jewels. We're no different. That means at least 2 million, potentially up to 4 million balls also trust Manscaped. That's just simple math, and I'm a mathematician. Think about it. Think of the way technology has advanced in the last 15 years. Now think of the way that it's advanced for male grooming. It hasn't. Doesn't it seem like we're overdue? I think we're overdue. If you're like me, you've been grooming your junk the same way since you hit puberty at 8 years old. You're going to want to listen real good. Manscaped sent us their perfect package 4.0, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. With advanced skin-safe technology, this bad boy features cutting-edge ceramic blades to reduce grooming accidents. Listen, I have seen my fair share of operating rooms, and let me tell you, my shower used to look just like one with my old buzzer. Thankfully, the Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof for your shower grooming sessions, and it even comes with a flashlight. The perfect package also comes with a crop preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, and the crop reviver to keep your balls from sweating, smelling, and sticking. Summer's right around the corner. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's summer right now. Summer's here, okay? Don't let your balls stink. Don't let them get sticky. When you're on the beach, you're in your Speedo. When the balls are hanging out, don't let them be stuck to your leg. Let them flow in the breeze. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why not put deodorant on the smelliest part of your body, your balls? The package also comes with a beautiful little shed travel bag and a pair of the most comfortable boxer briefs I've ever worn. So what are you waiting for? Your balls are begging for salvation. And I'm going to be honest, if you have a significant other, they're probably silently begging as well. We're partnering with Manscaped to make sure you've always got the right tools to look, smell, and feel the best. Support your boys on the internet and your boys below the belt. Head to manscaped.com and use promo code WGG for 20% off and free shipping. It's not just 20% off, but you're also getting free shipping as well. Once again, promo code WGG for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Fight! What is going on, everybody? Doc Bob here. We're live with episode 235 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. 235 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. And we have what? We have yet another electric show for you this week, right? I will be your host this week, but of course, I'm accompanied by my two beautiful co-hosts. Chris, Dom, how you guys doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, Bob. It's so great to see you fellas. The Bruins are currently on, but, as much as we want to watch it, we'd rather be here with you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But I'm happy to be back. You guys look great tonight. We're all, I was wearing black earlier. I thought I still was for a second in mind. You guys look great. I look terrible. But it's your boy, Chris B., the tallest and the lankiest.
Chris, it's 80 degrees in here. How are you wearing a sweater?
I wear hoodies year round. I'd rather sweat than not have a hoodie on. How are you wearing a
fucking jacket?
I'm actually kind of cold.
What the fuck?
If you rang out Dom's sweater right now, it would look like saline solution.
You can fill up a kiddie pool.
Oh, 100% you could. I could put my contacts in it and keep it nice and nice and
you could
clean.
fill up an inflatable hot tub?
True.
True. I'm doing good as well. A long week, short week, but long week. Usually if you have like a 4-day work week, that means you got to do 5 days of work in 4 days. Yep. So, just enjoying lots of that. Looking forward to riding off into the sunset for the weekend tomorrow, though. And, I'm doing pretty good. Your boy, Papa Don.
Well, I'm glad that you're looking forward to this weekend. But before we get into this weekend, because we do have something very special coming up on Sunday, so stay tuned. But before we get into that, why don't we do a little weekend recap?
Damn, son, where'd you find this? We lit!
I guess I can start. I didn't do all that much this weekend. I think I streamed a little bit. I beat Resident Evil 8, played a bunch of Counter-Strike, started playing KOTOR, though, Finally, like sitting down and dedicating some time to playing through KOTOR. It is impossible to fucking stream. Like,
it's tough.
Actually impossible to stream. I have to go into my fucking display settings, change the resolution on everything. Yep. Capturing doesn't make sense. And then the little fucking, every cutscene, because it's a different resolution, is completely
switches.
different.
Yeah. It could put you in like the letterbox.
Yeah, you get a tiny little box. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that at all. I might just play through it on my own time. Other than that, this has been a fucking real long 4-day week. Or fucking real long 4-day week.
Big truth. I'm also going to second that. It's been the longest short week of all time. But it's okay because tomorrow's Friday and this Thursday fucking crept up on me. Yeah. As for what I did this weekend, I went to a bar and it felt great.
Yeah.
I walked in because, obviously when you step into a place, you don't know, the whole mask protocol, right? Granted, they said that we don't have to wear them and, all that shit. But I went in with it on, and I remember one of the workers looked at me and was like, you don't have to wear that. And I was like, oh, okay. So I sit down, I see a bunch of people I know. There were high fives and hugs and people crying. The bartenders, hey, how are you? I got a seat for you right here. We just cleaned it off. Super excited. Everybody, the bartenders were passing out cigarettes. Everyone was just, no, they didn't. But they were in a good mood. But I had a very, very, very long night. Went home and the birds were chirping. Didn't feel too good. And that fell onto, was Memorial Day Sunday? No, it's Monday. So it was shitty weather all weekend. So we had a barbecue, but my family did. I was in and out in, no lie, 2 hours. I was like, I can't do this. I nursed it truly and then went home. I just felt like dirt.
Tough.
That was my week. Oh, as for what I've been playing, I've done a lot of research on certain VPNs to buy for Call of Duty because I'm a scumbag. And I will openly say it so I don't act like I'm not doing it. I found a VPN and I've been playing in Kenya and Singapore all week. And it's so good to not really have too hot of skill-based matchmaking. I've really been enjoying my time. Shout out to the good people in Kenya, the good people in Hawaii, the good people everywhere that's hosted me. London, you were great. But that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been playing.
What's fucking crazy? I used to play games and I used to be so fucking good at them, they wouldn't let me play on NA servers. I couldn't play in NA servers for Guns Online the Duel because I was too fucking good at it.
I mean,
and now Chris is playing. Now Chris is just going to find the fun. Chris is playing in the Oceania fucking servers.
I'm just trying to have a little fun, When you play that game, people are playing for the fucking championship, and I'm not that good. So I don't want to have to fight people that are playing to get into the next fucking $100,000 tournament. When I'm just trying to vibe out with my friends, I'm booted off an edible. I just want to enjoy my time. And I just can't do it. So I go to Kenya. That's what I do.
I felt the rains down in Africa.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I felt the rains.
I had a good lobby down in Africa. I won a couple games in London. Delightful people out there. Brazil, the weather was great.
Ooh, werewolf in London. We're gonna get DMCA'd. I had a pretty good weekend. I also drank a couple beverages. Friday night, just hung in with Miller and the wife. We watched Startup on Netflix. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's kind of like an Ozark type. It's like money laundering the show, but instead it's like in kind of like a Bitcoin scheme, and so they're trying to move millions.
I'm big into crypto now.
I mean, it's a good show. It's really good. But it's also from 2016, so it's like when Bitcoin was $25. So they're like, yeah, this is like the next Bitcoin, but it's like there's 9,000 other.
You know what's crazy? Back then, in that last bull market of crypto, there were 100 fucking projects going on at any given time, and only 3 of them fucking survived.
Yeah,
there's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and maybe a couple others. But all the big names that you see right now those are the ones that were there then.
Yeah, it's a good show. Enjoying. I love a good crime drama. Did a little drinking with my mom over the weekend. That was cool. We got kind of shit-faced on Saturday. That was completely unexpected, but it happened. We were supposed to go out for a late lunch, and then we ended up having 90 cocktails. And then the next thing I know, she's like, "Yeah, your guest room is down here, right?" And I was like, "Nope, that's my office. Nope, that's our bathroom." And okay, there's our guest room. All right. So that was great.
Was it a wine day?
What's that?
You crushing wine?
No, she had 3 martinis. I had a couple of beers, and then me being the good friend that I am, because I'm very committed to my friends, and I would do anything for my friends, especially get a buzz. So I happened to notice that there was a beer named after a song that good friend of the program, good friend in real life, Johnny Root Beer, is a big fan of, and it's like one of the like our oldest like common like songs that we really like. A song from Less Than Jake. And it's a brewery that made it, and I sent them a picture of it, and I was like, oh, how cool is this? It was like, I wasn't going to order this beer, but it looks like it's All My Best Friends Are Hopheads instead of All My Best Friends Are Metalheads by Less Than Jake, which is like one of our songs, because we're like a couple. And he was like, holy shit, where did you find that? And I was like, well, I'm like kind of drunk with my mom at lunch right now. That's where I found it. And he was like, can you get one for me? And I was like, well, that means I'm going to have to drink like this 9.5% beer, but I'll make the sacrifice for you, John, and nobody else.
And then give you the can.
And then give you the can.
Yeah.
So I asked the waitress, and I says, if I drink this, can I keep the can? And she gave me the weirdest look I've ever gotten from anybody else. And she was like, I guess.
Like
Yeah.
no one gets this.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
And so I took the sacrifice. I took one for the team. I drank another 9.5 beer that took me over the edge. That was the one, so to speak. We've talked about the one, here and there. Rest of the weekend, I played a lot of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I got to tell you, that remaster has recaptured my love for that series like nothing has ever done before. I'm playing through the original Mass Effect for the first time in years, and it's so goddamn good, and I am so happy with how it come out. Also play a little Knockout City.
I'm basically playing through the pre-Mass Effect game just in Star Wars.
Yeah, right. And I've been thinking about that a lot, like the similarities with like KOTOR and in the original Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And how, but it's just it's the remastered version of it is so good. It's like the quality of life is so much better. And it's really good, and I'm so glad that so many people are experiencing the original Mass Effect for like the first time this way, because it definitely wasn't perfect. 2 and 3 were a lot more technically sound, and were a lot better shooters. But all in all, this is so much better of a game.
Yeah, they were better games.
Yeah,
But like one was an incredible story.
yeah.
Like one could have been a visual fucking novel.
Yeah, right,
Like honestly, but it would have been 120 hours long.
Right.
Yeah, but you guys are talking about this, this little rinky-dink bullshit game. But Dom was starting to say, Knockout City, game of the year. That game is fucking phenomenal. A little dodgeball with the lads.
It's honestly, Knockout City is very good. We played a little Knockout City. Me and Chris played a little bit. Myself, Jess, LD were on a team for a little bit. People actually... we've talked a little bit about this on the show before, but there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, well, like if you're going to go spend all this time playing Madden, why don't you just go like be an NFL player? Or like if you're going to go play COD for 30 hours, a day, why don't you go enlist in the Army? So you want to talk about like translational skills. I've actually witnessed Jess win a dodgeball tournament since we went to high school together. She's actually very good at dodgeball in real life and also is pretty good at dodgeball Knockout City. So who's to say...
I mean, it translates.
Translational.
I came in second place.
So if I went into the war, I'm going to drop a nuke.
Yeah, in Singapore.
So if I go to war in Singapore, yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, there's some transitional skills that people don't talk about, and Knockout City might be one of them. But Knockout City, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, both excellent. Both had a great. Both contributed to a great weekend. But what do you guys want to talk about?
Oh wait, there are two other things that I need to talk about. I got an air fryer and it's changed my life.
Oh yeah.
I've been talking about dieting for the past fucking 3 months, but I'm doing something different now, and I'm just operating in a complete caloric deficit. So I've been fucking falling asleep by like 9 o'clock every single night because my body just doesn't have energy anymore.
Same.
So like I could not off at any given fucking moment tonight, honestly.
We can only be so lucky.
Right? But like an air fryer, dude, it's made it so fucking easy to just make meals that are like 500 fucking calories.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I eat two
Air fryer
fucking,
wings are great.
Yeah, I throw in two 4-ounce chicken breasts and then 16 ounce or like 5 ounces or 6 ounces of like French fries, and that's a dinner for like it's 500 calories.
Yeah.
And it's dinner.
And it takes like 8 minutes.
Yeah, well, like 18, but yes. So I got an air fryer. It's changed my life, and I've been watching Letterkenny. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched Letterkenny.
I have not.
Have you watched Letterkenny?
I have no idea what it is.
It's like Trailer Park Boys, isn't it? Kind of like a similar.
Oh,
it's
man.
like Trailer Park Boys, but but younger people in Canada.
Ooh, okay.
So instead of like the 40-year-old people from Trailer Park Boys, it's a bunch of rednecks that are in their late 20s, early 30s.
I'm in.
Got it.
I'm in. Bam! That's Trailer Park Boy. Yeah, green eggs and ham. But yeah, like Bob said, as he's been eating healthy, so have I. I tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich yesterday for the first time. Let me tell you, sensational. Absolutely incredible. I got the spicy one, the pickle chips on it. Nut worthy. Incredible. The sauce on it, nice and spicy.
So
the fries are like Cajun fries.
The pickle tastes like chicken too.
They do.
Yeah.
The bread tastes like chicken.
That's because it's because it's all deep fried.
It's also deep fried.
It's all deep fried.
Well, no, they're using the air fryer for it, so it's healthy.
That's
what I did. I got it and then I put it in an air fryer, so it cancels out.
okay. So you got it triple deep fried and then you air fried it.
Exactly. Yes.
You
So it takes
quadruple
out
fried
all the oil, like drains it out.
Yeah. So it's basically grilled chicken breast.
Pretty much.
It's like a double negative.
Yes, 100%.
It's
Like
a
two
double
rights make a left. Like if you go, if you turn right, you're facing left. I'm right. Oh no, you're facing backwards. Never mind. All right, what do you guys want to talk about?
Oh my god. Well, Dom, speaking of facing backwards, Dom, you wanted to talk about backwards compatibility in next gen consoles, as well as God of War getting pushed back.
Yeah, I certainly did. So God of War, the next God of War,
Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok got pushed back officially to 2022. It was supposed to come out this year. And Sony Santa Monica double confirmed that it would also be out for PS4.
Thank God.
Which is great. And I'm so glad that so many people are, going to be able to experience the game. I'm very happy for this. But it wasn't too long ago on this very podcast that we had talked about, the smart delivery thing and like having games be forwards and backwards compatible and like having next gen games still compatible with the previous gen, and scaling up previous gen games to be compatible with next gen. And we had initially like way back had talked about how it could even create like a bottleneck and create worse games, on the it could actually create like worse games on the
Nailed it.
You got it? Cool. It could lead to worse games because we were making developers do double time to develop for two different consoles at once, and would end up bottlenecking the development process.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and end up bottlenecking the development process and having them split their efforts when they really should be focusing on a next gen game. Now that we're kind of facing down the barrel of true next-gen titles, now that the Xbox Series X and PS5 have been out for a little bit, even though people still can't fucking get them, like the true next-gen titles are coming out like end of this year and then into next year. So we have gone from we shouldn't, and this is the internet was doing the same exact thing with us, we shouldn't be worrying about the old consoles because it's just going to make the new console games shittier, to if there's a AAA game and it's not compatible with both consoles, then the developer is gatekeeping and is like gaslighting their fan base, and they're not concerned about their fans or like they don't give a fuck about the people that are buying their games. Like, so the narrative is completely flipped in the last like 14 months. So I wanted to know how you guys felt about that. Ragnarok now coming out in 2022. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Sony Santa Monica has fucking literally never let us down. I'm sure it's going to be excellent. So what do you guys think about the whole...
2017 was literally one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah. And so like, what do you guys think about the ongoing commitment to make games compatible with both of the most recent generations? And like, should we be holding developers accountable to continue doing this, or do you think it's time to when do you think we should cut bait, basically?
Yeah, I personally think that like the most recent two, I do think that you do worry about that lower gen console. So like whatever, Xbox Series X and then like Xbox One. Yep. I do think that you still plan for that Xbox One, but it literally should be the point where it's like, okay, you know how like sometimes iPhones will put out an update where your phone can run it, but you realize like it's not running it as well as if you got a new one. I think that it's going to be pretty obvious that it's not running well on that older gen console. But I still think that you prepare and develop for that one. I think now more than ever because of the shortages on consoles and the scalpers and the resellers and stuff like that, where you can't even get your fucking hands on a console. So you're going to lose sales on these games because people can't even get one of these consoles in their hands. And I know in the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket. But like, if you can't get your hands on one of these consoles, people can be like, fuck it, I'm just going to wait till I actually can. When am I going to be able to do that? Who knows? I'm not going to spend $1,000 on one. I just can't do it. Maybe it's not feasible for a lot of people. But I think now is the time more than ever than you try to actually appeal to the generation prior. I do think with Ragnarok, this might be a hot take, and I don't even know if this is true or not, but I do think it'll be on PC. I do think it's going to be on PC.
I mean, if 2017 doesn't come to PC, why would Ragnarok?
I think it's going. Well, I think it's going to.
There's been a lot of Sony games that are starting to come to PC.
Horizon Zero Dawn,
and there's a right now. Yeah, put it on. Fuck it.
Well, you have to make the call. This is your.
No, I am. I'm just waiting for you guys to put it on. Yeah,
no, you got to say it first.
Grab the tinfoil hats.
There you go. That's what we've been waiting for, Chris.
This is my first one. Okay, so God of War.
5 years in. 5 years in.
Half a decade.
I'm feeling it. Okay, so we're going to see Ragnarok come to PC, and this is my reasoning why. Recently, within the past month, there has been a Sony store, whatever, that popped up on Steam. In that Steam library, there's a placeholder for, I think it was 41 games. Currently on there was only like 12. So this place is held, and there's games in there that they just have not released. And they've said in the past that they want to make a push towards like actually diversifying where it is. And I think if you're not going to go with the competition and go to Xbox, which would obviously like never happen, I think PC's your move. I think PC's your move because PC players already think they're superior. Right? That they already think that. So you're not going to give something to PC and be like, oh my God, like, haha, like in your face Xbox. No, because we've been doing that for a fucking decade.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So if you give it to them, more sales, I do think that we're going to see it on PC. You may remove your tinfoil hats.
I mean, you would have to see 2017 come to PC first. I think they already announced Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever, fucking Fallen East or some Fallen West or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, I think that's Dragon Ball Z. I think they already announced that to PC. So I guess my mindset is if you're working on like a game that already has an outstanding infrastructure on a previous generation console like God of War, you're already taking the assets from PlayStation 4. Yeah. You're just, you're boosting performance at this point. That game was fucking incredible to look at as it was on that console. Yep. It ran perfectly fine. You would get an occasional, stutter going in between locations, but like they also built into the map, like you going through tunnels.
Yep.
That, it triggers as you're going through the tunnel, the area behind it generates. Yep. Like there's magic that goes on behind that shit. Yep. So once you already have the infrastructure set up on a PlayStation 4, I think it makes a ton of sense to just have it set on PlayStation 4 and just have a more superior version on a PlayStation 5. Like, it's not that difficult, which is why I was always confused as to why Miles Morales didn't come to PlayStation 4. Like, that never made sense to me. The only reason why, like, I could see PlayStation and Sony doing that is to make it as this is why we want you to buy a PlayStation 5. We want you to experience
that was a launch title.
Right, but even at that, there's no reason why that shouldn't have came to a PlayStation 4.
Right, no, I totally agree.
If you're already operating on the infrastructure of Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, just upscaled and at a better performance, why wouldn't you just also put it on the PlayStation 4? And you also have to look at the fact that there are 250 million PlayStation 4s out in the world.
Yeah.
250 million.
Yeah.
That is 250 million people who might not be buying this game now.
Yeah.
And how many PlayStation 5s have been sold so far?
250.
250. 250. You're alienating one million.
Yeah, a ton of people. A ton of people.
And like when you get Jess, thank you for the 16 months, by the way. I saw that. But yeah, like when you're buying next gen consoles, and this has always been my thing, and this isn't taking the fucking PC superior race like avenue, but like everything's just in graphical updates. Right, that's really all it is to me going forward. Yeah, there's more triangles and different engines.
Performance shit too.
Yeah, but like how much that you can't run it on a console that came out a couple of years ago. I think you should be able to. And like you're saying, like if it's already built, you should be able to downscale, upscale, and like we might be naive for saying that because obviously we're not between those walls. We're not developing the game. But like it sounds easy from a distance. And it does alienate those people that can't get their hands on it. And you're missing out on those sales.
Well, the prime example of a game that didn't work is Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. But that's also because Cyberpunk was announced on last generation's consoles. So it was touted and expected to be coming to that generation of consoles. Mm-hmm. Only then, after our current generation of consoles was announced, that basically everything got thrown into the fucking blender, and it was, okay, now we have to divide ourselves between everything. Mm-hmm. Now the idea of a game that we wanted to actually release is capable of being released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. So we should focus our efforts onto that because this is the final product we actually want consumers to play. So they neglected the PlayStation 4 because it didn't have the processing power.
Wow. I'm onto something. Give me one sec. The other day, there was a press conference with Tesla, and Tesla says that their new model, blah, 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 whatever it's going to be called, is going to have the same computing power as a PS5. So for the people that can't get your hands on a PlayStation 5,
buy a Tesla.
For the same price, probably buy a fucking Tesla. You can play it in there.
Actually, you know what's fucking crazy? Mikey just bought a gaming PC, and he dropped a shit ton of money to get a custom built at Micro Center, and he got a 3080 in it. And I was like, Mikey, the amount of money you spent on the custom built, you would have paid double just for a 3080.
Oh, God, yeah.
If you didn't get this custom build with the 3080, you would have spent double that just waiting and getting a 3080.
Dude, they did a surprise drop at Micro Center a couple of weeks ago. I was at my little sister's graduation, fucking selfish bitch, graduating that day. Ridiculous. I get a call, like, yo, like the 30 series out at Micro Center right now, get there. I was like, yeah, well, sorry, I'm up for brunch because my sister decided to graduate college. Bullshit.
Sorry. You're really out there being that selfish, bettering yourself.
I almost left. I literally almost left.
That's why I waited 7.5 years to graduate college because I was waiting for the 3080s to come out. And I just didn't want to take any chances. I just wanted to make sure I was available.
It's a smart move.
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't have
one
one.
Move.
So
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know. We've seen both. We've seen both ends of the spectrums for, current gen, previous gen iterations of video games. And we've seen it work out in everybody's favor, with Final Fantasy 7 Remake, with the fucking retrograde Anonymous, whatever the fuck it's called, update that's coming for the PlayStation 5. Yep. It's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be great, and it's going to come with a little extra content. But, we've seen it with PlayStation 5 to PlayStation 4. It's going to be great. But we've also seen Cyberpunk suck in between that generation of consoles. So, who the fuck knows who the fuck knows what's going to happen? And the people that are complaining about it are the people that are either 100% going to buy the game regardless of where it comes out, or 100% not going to buy the game. Mm-hmm. It's one or the other. There's no in between there. The people that bitch the most are either here, they're not buying it, or here, they're buying it no matter what.
Yeah,
so
right. There's no in between. Yeah, there's nobody on the fence. It's either people who are hardcore defending it and will buy it regardless of what happens with it, and then the people that will not buy it at all. You're 100% right.
Well, you know what I'll do is maybe the people that are reviewing these games fall on one of those lines too, right? That we'll never know because they'll never come out and say I never was going to buy it, or maybe I didn't even play it or something like that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my own mind up. The game's going to come out, and if I'm on the fence if I'm going to buy it, maybe I'll go on Twitch. Maybe I'll see someone play it and see how they feel about it. Maybe I'll watch it for my own, and then I'll decide if I'm going to buy it or not. Maybe that's just me.
We've been saying this for 3 years. Just watch people play the game.
Yeah, watch people play it.
Hey, it's great.
Yeah. Make your own decisions.
And make your own decisions. Be your own person. It's lit.
Sorry, I need this.
No, it's okay. I didn't know what that was supposed to be. Cool.
Fuck, I was so caught off I don't have a transition. Chris, you want to talk about the highest earning Warzone player is still currently in high school?
Yes, so he's one of them. One of the highest earning Warzone players. He goes by the name Biffle in game. Used to be Diaz Biffle or Diaz Biffle, however you pronounce it. So he's 18 or 19 years old, and he's currently made over, I think it's $110,000 in Warzone, a game that's been out for just about a little over a year. And he's still in school. And I'm assuming at that age you're in college, right? 18, 19, maybe a senior in high school.
Okay, yeah, it could
something
be.
like that. And there's big time tournaments that come out. I was going on Instagram, it's a big time tournament. And he tells people, he's like, yeah, like I have to see if I can get school off so I can play in it. So he takes those days off of school and plays in these tournaments. And more times than not, he places and he wins prize money and then goes back to school the next day and continues following whatever degree he's going to go for. At what point does the kid be like, okay, like I just want to like, maybe he's just trying to finish high school if that's what he's in. But how fucking baller would it be? Like, yeah, like, sorry, can't make it in today. And you win 50 grand in a tournament.
Yeah.
And you show back up to school like nothing's wrong. You're making 5 times as much as the teachers if you keep that up throughout the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just show up a little 19-year-old kid. You're like, yeah, so like I made 6 figures in the past, 6 months.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're a college kid, you're a college freshman or a senior in high school making 100 grand a year, then you're automatically making a lot more money than all of your friends are, as long as none of your friends are trust fund babies or anything like that.
Or drug dealers.
Or that.
No taxes.
But, you know, for the most part, I mean, yeah, I mean, it sounds like based on the way he's going about it, based on what you've told me, you know, how he's like, oh, I gotta skip out on this day, but like I'll be back the next day. Like the fact that he hasn't completely dropped out yet, you know, I think that's kind of a noble cause, you know, like having the mindset to want to make sure that he's got his future secured no matter what avenue it takes. You know, if he doesn't get picked up by a major org, whatever like major he's pursuing, he's going to see through. He's not going to let those things fall through. And in the meantime, like, oh, you know, I got to bop out and do this little Warzone tournament. All right, I just want a hot $5,000. Who wants to go to the fucking bar? Who's got a fake ID?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But like, what I think of the whole thing too is like, obviously, there's such a bad stigma behind like spending too much time playing video games and not focusing on real life shit.
I mean,
This
when
kid
it pays the
is
fucking when it pays the bills, what the fuck does it?
right.
Exactly,
What's the
right.
argument?
I know. All I'm saying is like the old heads, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, go to college and do all this, do all that. This kid's literally doing it while making 6 figures. So I think having a person like this is incredible for like the old heads. Like, okay, yeah, he plays in this tournament and like he wins, he doesn't win. But at the end of the night, he's doing his homework and going to school the next day.
Yep.
Like you can do this and like make a career out of it while you're still chasing whatever career you've spent the past 18 years going for.
I still don't think you're going to please the fucking older generation.
Oh, you never will.
Can't fucking please them.
No, but I mean, if you are, you know, keeping up with your grades and shit like that, like let's say your parents are really concerned about your academics and you're keeping that up, you know, and you're still pulling in money and be like, oh, you know, like mom and pops, you know, I'll give you a little bit of rent here and there or whatever, or, you know, I'm paying for my own student loans. Like that's great shit.
Bro, I was living off of it was like $15 a week, and a handle of Rubinoff was like $13. So I had $2 to live off for the week. I was drinking sink water and fucking eating ramen every meal, and then weekend would roll around and I would buy a handle of Rubinoff. But now showing up to school, if he's like on campus, which I doubt he is, but if you show up to campus, he's the richest person on campus.
Right.
Everyone thinks he's the biggest dick swing. Yeah, boys, I just won the Toronto Ultra 100K tournament. Like, drinks on me at the bar tonight. And I see this a lot with kids that are in school that stream and are in these tournaments. After the tournament ends, you'll see, like, their roommates walk in. They're like, oh, how'd it go? And, like, they'll, like, celebrate or, like, talk about, like, the tournament. It's like, all right, cool. Like, I'll catch you later. I just love seeing that it's, like, a different type of atmosphere in college.
Yeah.
Where with us, it was like, okay, like, you finish your schoolwork and then you drink or you go out and you party. But no, like it's grind time where they want to stop playing video games.
Yeah.
And the roommates all support it and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's the coolest fucking thing in the world. But I hope all the best for the kid. Like all my friends will talk about him. Like imagine if we were that good at a game. And he's a lot younger than we are.
I mean, if I really put myself to it.
Try then. We'll make a bet.
I can't. I have to work fucking 60 hours a week. I can't.
So does he. He's in college.
That's not, okay, hold on. I've been in college twice, okay?
You don't know what he might be trying to get his doctorate.
At 19?
He's smart. Really fucking smart.
It's like smart guy, like Taj Mowry. He's a smart guy.
Okay. No.
You guys don't even remember that show?
Utter
I have no idea what that
I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Bail me out if you know.
I think it's, yeah, I mean, it's noble for what he's doing, but I think it's also not entirely out of the norm at this point, like in the next generation of people that are coming up behind us. I think I think we're going to see a dozen more stories about that for people like that within the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that, actually.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's the new norm.
It's normal for them now because that's what, like, when we were growing up, the whole, avenue of career in gaming wasn't established yet.
No.
That's when we were coming up. But now for the next generations, that is already there for them.
Yeah.
If you want to pursue something like that, yeah, you're going to have to fucking, like you were saying, in college, I would go to classes, I would go back to the dorm, and then I would get fucked up on the weekends. That was it. I would play video games all the fucking time, but also, like, I wasn't competing. At some point, that fucking dynamic, you have to give and take. Like, maybe the kid goes to classes, but he no longer plays sports because he's grinding fucking Warzone. Or maybe he goes to classes and then he's, not hanging out with people on the weekends because he wants to grind Warzone. There's a give and take. There's social aspects that you need to take away from that. And I genuinely don't think that the upcoming generations give a shit as much as we did when we were growing up about the social aspect of life. No. They don't, we were perfectly fine going out and sneaking into bars at fucking 19 with fake IDs. That's not a thing that doesn't affect them. There's so many other stimulating things for the youth out there that isn't
like money.
Right. Fucking money.
But like now they see it. Like Bob was saying, when we were growing up, this wasn't a thing.
No.
This wasn't a thing. And like it existed, yes, but no one really knew about it. And if we did, there was like no insight into how much these people were actually making. Now there's all these studies done and people doing their research and saying how much you can realistically make. If you make it in here, whatever fucking degree you're going for, it's going to pay you a lot fucking more. And it's more acceptable to stay inside now and just kind of play something because there is that end goal to it. And it's really cool. And all the people he plays with, which is another pretty sweet thing too, where they're all older. They're like, oh yeah, like, hey, fly down to Florida. We'll hang out for the weekend. Like, Biff will ask your parents if that's okay. He goes, yeah, I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Like, I'll talk to them tonight. It's just like cool that all of them are just like, yeah, we get you like the young gun, and we're all going to be going to the bars. Like, we'll do other stuff too if you come visit. Ask your parents and all that stuff. It's
what was different was when I was in college, my friends at other colleges would say, hey, come down for the weekend. We're going to black out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the difference. Instead of like, hey, fly down to Florida for the weekend. We're going to play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It was, hey, come to BC for the weekend. We're going to fight the hockey team.
I think being in college is the best time to be a streamer. So
I don't know. It's dude.
Shitty internet in the dorms. That's one. Yeah. But like, what I would do if I was in college and I wanted to be a streamer, I would viewbot myself, so it looked like I had mad people watching me, and tell people around campus that I'm this big time streamer. So everyone starts like watching and popping in, and then before you know, you're a celebrity on campus because you have 1,000 viewers. Little do they know you have 985 fake ones.
Or nobody wants to talk to you because they would rather go to a party.
Well, that's it. That's their fault. I'll throw. What I'll do is I'll have people fake subscribe too, so they think I'm rich.
Ooh, true.
Yeah, they want me at the parties.
I don't know.
And then when they ask me to buy something, like, sorry,
Chris, this is coming from someone who didn't experience college.
Me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I went to 5 different colleges. I might have experienced it the most.
Yeah, but
so for the like
extent,
for the 2 cumulative months that you were in college, did you?
I experienced college.
I'm sorry.
I experienced college. It might not have been my college, but I've experienced college.
So for those 2 months, did you now like how would you say that impacted your streaming career?
So I didn't want to stream back then. I played Call of Duty still, but I didn't want to stream. But I figured if I like to think if I did stream when I was at that college living there for that, probably like 4 months, I would probably be one of the top streamers on Twitch right now.
I think there is more of a dynamic, again, which is, I don't know because I haven't been in college in 5 years at this point. I think there is a dynamic of there is far more of a social aspect in college at this point where even if the next generations are changing, if you're on campus, like, I don't know, people want to drink, people want to get laid.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's more than just
But I want to
streaming.
I want to flip this question on its head. Dom, when you were in college for 8 years, how did that affect your streaming career?
Dom, don't feel bad. I was also in college for 8 years,
Yeah,
but I got degrees.
Yeah, well.
Dom has a doctorate in graphic design.
I have a doctorate. Yeah, exactly. You see the new fucking shirt that I put up this week?
Hot Magma. Everyone go buy that shirt. It's fucking true.
We need to put a brand new TV up on that wall. Go buy that shirt.
Exactly. This shit's coming in on Monday, but we got to pay for it. So
yeah, we got to pay for it. We're loaning it out right now.
That's right. We got it on Rainbow Rentals.
Rainbow Rentals.
Yeah, no, I had a MacBook the entire time that I was in college, so I didn't have any sort of streaming aspirations. But if I had, and I also didn't have a dorm, so if I had any sort of like dedicated area to game in, maybe that would have been different. But it's been mostly like single player stuff for like my entire life.
No friends.
I did. So okay, so I played
Steven Glansberg.
I played RuneScape on my Mac.
Yep.
And then I also played on a fucking 14-inch TV on top of my dresser in my dorm room, Xbox. That was it.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I would go to a friend's dorm that had a big ass TV because he lucked out and his roommate left, so he had the whole fucking place to himself. And I'm pretty sure there was a mold thing in his corner, so he got the whole fucking dorm area. It was weird.
Nice.
There's buzz from mold.
You wake up and you don't know where the fuck you
Yeah,
are.
I mean,
I have a couple of stories in that area of the fucking dorm building actually. But I had access to all of that shit, and I also had several different groups of friends where it was like I had people that I had two different groups of friends I would go and party with. I had one group of friends that I would come home from partying with, and we would continue to drink and then play video games all night.
True.
But it was the social aspect of the gaming, not the we're going to compete someday aspect of the gaming, which again could absolutely be changing in the upcoming landscape of what it is the next generation of, kids going to college and generation of gaming is for them. But again, I think there's way more of a social aspect of I want to get laid, basically. Yeah. When you're at college, people want to get laid, and you don't. 9 times out of 10 at college, you're not getting laid for playing video games.
No. I do think people that are growing up playing video games, obviously they know that you can make a career out of it. So no one plays video games to just enjoy them, like multiplayer games anymore. Everyone wants to get sick at it.
There is no
and
enjoyment.
That's always been a thing. Obviously, that's why multiplayer games exist. You want to be better than the person next to you. But a lot of people now grind games to potentially get to this point. Because there's two things. You're either really good at a game or you have a really, really good personality. And that's how you make it when it comes to streaming. Or a nice little mix of both. So if you don't have that personality, you better be really good at a game. Play a lot of time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't fucking know.
100%.
How about that? If you're in college, study first, then do whatever the fuck you want afterwards.
True.
Try to also get laid. Also, want to throw in another little ad read for you guys. This episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast is also brought to you by Thrive Fantasy, and it is a daily fantasy sports and esports app that eliminates the countless hours of research typically involved with fantasy esports. All you got to do is choose, X amount of players for a prop bet. You build your lineup, you go over, under, and then as long as you're racking up points in that pool, you could get paid out. You get to the top of that pool, you get the most points, you get money on your end. Thrive has awarded over, I think it was $3 million the last time we spoke to them. Prizes up to date. If you want to start,
Never mind.
if you want to start raking in the dough, use promo code WGG when you sign up today at thrivefantasy.com or Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Use promo code WGG, and when you put in $50 or up to $50, we will match up to $50. Free money. Free $50. Use promo code WGG. I wanted to talk about the incredibly unstable nature of Kickstarters for video games. As of recently, there was an MMO that was Kickstarted for $68,000 or something called Dreamland, the MMO. And they were touting it to be the last video game you'll ever play.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big.
2 developers.
So that's like Bully for Chris.
True.
The last game he ever played.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great game. Great game. If that was the last game I played, I would die a happy man. Phenomenal game.
I mean, that's a game I would love to play for the first time again. Like I erase it from my memory. But yeah, I think it was called Dreamland. It was supposed to be an MMO, and it was developed by 2 people, which is alarming enough because no MMO in the history of the world should ever be or ever has been created by 2 people. Because MMOs are too fucking big.
Yeah, they're very big.
So they got kickstarted for like $68,000. There was a bunch of scandals going on behind the lead, the creator, the lead dev behind it. I guess his fiance, they were engaged at one point. She left him because of all like the sick and secret acts that were going on behind the scenes of them just pocketing money, not putting any work into the game itself, and then releasing the product in early access, I believe. And it was just an absolute fucking nightmare. So I was watching Moist Critical's video about it today. And if you don't follow Moist Critical, he's fucking hilarious. Check out his YouTube content. Come on the show whenever you want, pal. Sure. But the way that they were talking about how this is going to be the greatest MMO to ever be released. They were touting it as one of the biggest open worlds, one of the MMOs with the most amount of active people in it at any given time. Every part of the environment is interactable. You could mine anything in a mountain over there, and it's all instanced for everybody at any given time. And they walked away with $68,000, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on with it now.
I mean, scamming people out just for 68 grand. Was that split 2 ways?
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
All right, so call it 40. Call it 40 grand each. 35 grand each, whatever. Just round up. To scam a bunch of people out and tarnish your name within the video game
Chris,
world.
how long did you go to college for?
To tarnish your name in the video game world. Like, it's not worth it. That would have to be like scamming people out of millions and millions of dollars. And even then, you'll go to jail, no?
No. There's so many weird guidelines and shit like...
Yeah, like with Kickstarter, there's so much like... You have to like outline the risks. You have to, put this, big like head-to-toe summary of everything that's going on with it. And then for the majority of these things, unless it's blatantly like just not a real thing, it's tough to get your money back, I think.
Even if the games don't release... They don't always like respect a refund policy. Like there are more games that get crowdfunded that don't get released than I think actually do get released.
Probably, yeah.
On shit like Kickstarter. And I guess, I don't know. I wanted to put out like a little waiver for everybody, a warning for like, if you're super interested in the game being kickstarted, there are red flags to just about anything in life that you put your effort into. Relationships being one of them for sure. Everybody knows about that. There's red flags everywhere in relationships, just as there are in video games. True. So if you're throwing money into a Kickstarter and it's touted to be the last game you'll ever play, and it's an MMO created by 2 people, I don't want to say you deserve to lose your money, but you fucked up big time by thinking 2 people could create the last MMO that's ever going to be created.
It's like investing in a Ponzi scheme.
It's the last MMO you're ever going to need because it's the last one they're ever going to make.
The last one you're going to be able to afford because we're taking all your money.
And like, I feel for the folks that donated to it. I'm sure that if they had like a clever marketing campaign or something, then it would be tough to turn down, especially for folks
Mighty Number 9. That was a marketing campaign.
Hey.
And a game that released that was fucking awful.
And a game that took 90 years to release and siphoned money from so many people who, including Johnny Rubio was one of these guys. We were just talking about Mighty Number 9 on Monday. He was one of those guys who was like probably one of the first people to back that project because it had so many people, like so many, historically great developers behind it, only to have it come out and absolutely fucking stink. But yeah, I mean, this just seems like another not great, scenario for folks who, are eager to back things on Kickstarter. And I'm sure that there's people who, just like there's folks on Twitter who are like retweet heavy or like, people who will all subscribe to like dollars of their like favorite people's Patreons or, Twitch creators who will subscribe to a lot of their friends' channels just to like show them support. I'm sure that there are people who sign up for multiple Kickstarters, even if they don't really want the product.
Just like the support.
They just want to support. which is like great. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you're doing that. But for the folks that want to support, that are expecting something, this doesn't sound like one of those scenarios where you're actually going to get something.
No,
back.
and it ruins it for companies that need Kickstarter and are going to do things the right way.
Yeah.
Like, I feel for those people because two scumbags wanted to pull a quick one on people. Now everyone's going to be hesitant. Granted, they're not the only people that have done this. This has happened up and down the river. But the people that actually need it and aren't going to get it because people don't trust it anymore, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's going to be another platform that comes out, and I'm not too
I was gonna
knowledgeable
say that.
on Kickstarter, but maybe there's a new platform that comes out that you see where your money's going.
Yeah.
There needs to be a vetting system to it.
Okay, so think of it this way, right? Sometimes when people ask you to donate to something, you don't even know if that's where it's going to go towards. I guess you can draw it on the same one, but there's certain charities and stuff like that that literally draw out where your money's going to go and the difference it's going to make. Hopefully there's something more guideline-wise that actually tells you on Kickstarter where your money's going.
Yeah, 100%. I kickstarted recently Chris Metzen's tabletop endeavor, which was through War Chief Gaming. Chris Metzen famously created or helped to co-create the entire Warcraft universe. And he recently created an entire Dungeons and Dragons setting based on the D&D homebrew setting that him and his buddies made up as kids. And they continued to evolve it and sharpen it and hone it and made it into a product, basically. And now they're selling it in Kickstarter. So that was the fastest I've ever kickstarted anything in my entire fucking life.
That thing's sick.
I feel like all D&D shit on Kickstarter is always reliable.
Yeah. I was actually talking to our good pals at Gemhammer Gaming, and they've got some good stuff coming out real soon and more things that we're going to talk about really soon as well, who were saying that campaigns in general on Kickstarter do really well because it's a very low risk, high reward thing where it's a lower overhead for folks to create ideas and put these things out there, and for consumers to be all right, we already have 80% of what we need. We just need some new ideas for this written thing on a piece of paper, and that's great. For a video game, it's a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever kickstarted a full video game.
I don't think I have either.
I think it's all
I
tabletop stuff for me.
Yeah, I think it's all been tabletop for me as well.
But
I think it's because those things come from a place and once again, I don't want this to come off in the wrong way.
No, I know what you're going to say, and I fully agree with you.
Video games too, certain people, but D&D and board games and stuff like that, not for nothing. That's not a very lucrative market unless you absolutely knock it out of the park. But it comes from a place of passion. It's a passion product that you end up developing with your own hands and putting out there. And like I said, I know there are developers out there that they do have passion behind what they're doing, but you can make a little game. We've seen Flappy Bird. Remember how crazy that game went?
I still have it on one of my old phones, actually.
Ooh, you can make some money off that.
I think I can.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so when you see things like D&D and tabletop, I always see those coming from a place of passion, so I never mind kickstarting those.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think it's more of a passion pit in the tabletop world when it comes to kickstarting stuff, because those are people that I don't want to say define their lives by it, but it plays a huge role in their lives.
Oh God, yeah. No pun intended.
But
for a tabletop, get it? Huge role in their life.
I see.
Keep up.
Yeah. How do you spell roll in that sense, Chris?
ROLL. Thank you.
No, the other one.
he's crazy.
ROLE.
Role is your role at the company.
ROLE.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's your position at the company.
Yeah, or
role is
never mind.
ROLL.
Am
I wrong?
I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. I think it comes from more of a passion aspect, like you said. When it comes to video games, 100% there can be passion involved with it, but there's also I feel like there's so much more politics that go on behind video game shit, where there's always some fucking board of trustees that you need to sit down, executives you need to fucking explain shit to. When you have a fucking homebrew D&D shit you got going on, that's your fucking thing. You know, that's something you created. You don't have a fucking group of executives behind you telling you what to do with it. When it comes to video games, there's always fucking executives breathing down your fucking neck.
Yeah.
Even in the fucking indie world, which is ridiculous at this point.
For sure. For sure.
Shitty people everywhere, but support the good ones if you can find
Support
them.
the good people.
Bet. Dom, do we have any voicemails?
Boy, do we ever.
Need advice? Pick up that phone and talk to a dad.
WGG Internet Dad Sauce Lines 617-701-7678. Leave us a voicemail and we will respond live on the show. You want a topic suggestion, dating advice, you get a compliment, a roast, whatever you want. We're going to listen to it live on the show. First caller. Here we go.
Also, shout out to Reg for the raid in London.
WGG gamers, WGG founding fathers. It's your boy JP Genesis calling in with another weekly voicemail. Happy Friday, Junior. I hope everyone's having a wonderful month of June so far. My question for you guys this week is, what's your lineup on your side of the table for Flip Cup? Out of the entire WGG community, who are you going to pick? And you can only have one other founding father on your team. All right? Much love, guys. Peace.
So it depends on how big the team is.
I'm going to take one. I will take one for the team and say outright, I'm not a huge Flip Cup guy. I'm not great at it, so I'm perfectly fine sitting out Flip Cup if you guys want to dominate a table.
So let's agree that maybe it's a 3-4 person team. How many?
Four at most.
4 person. Okay.
Unless you're playing with my fucking friends from Revere, and then it's 12 on each side.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Then they have fucking 3 tables stacked all the way down.
27 seasons of fucking Survivor.
Exactly.
So 4 person team. All right. So Bob, since you're establishing yourself, who is on your team? Who's the 3 on your team?
I don't give a fuck. I'll be there. I will be like the fucking tennis judge on the side. I don't care who's playing. I'm just not. I'm so much better at every other fucking drinking game. Literally, name another drinking game. I'll tell you if I'm good at it or not.
I don't know. Pong.
Yes.
Okay.
Slap cup.
Yes. Because I'm violent and I'll break the cup.
But it's like half. It's like half flip cup, that game.
Yeah, but there's the other half I'm really good at.
Okay.
I don't get like I don't have a fucking horse in this race.
Okay.
I am the tennis fucking referee on the sides.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you who's winning.
Chris, who's your team? 4 people. You can only have one other founding father if you choose to have one at all.
So I can't have either one of you on the team.
You can. You can only be one of us.
One of us.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get Dom, and then I'm gonna pick Pete, like Lil Bo Pete. I'm gonna pick Pete,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go with.
Oh wait, you're not on the team? Is that what you're saying?
No,
yeah,
you're on the
4.
team. You're on
That
the
is
team.
4. That's my team. Double Pete, Dom.
Do you want to explain your roster comp?
Yes. So, Dom, I picked you because you are a 30-something-year-old man that refuses to stop drinking like he's in college, and I feel like you're really good at that. I'm going to go with Lil Bo Pete because he is in college, and then I'm going to go with Pete Skeeter, because growing up he was always very good at it, and I feel like that doesn't leave you. It's like riding a bike.
Yep.
If you have the touch, you have the touch.
100%. 100%. First, I'm going to pick me. I'm going to be the anchor. I am the world's greatest Flip Cup anchor. There are very few things competitively that I'm very good at. Flip Cup is one of them. Also very good at baseball.
My ass. Like the sport?
No, the drinking game.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at baseball, the sport. No, fuck that. I'm good at like MLB The Show on beginner. But I'm good at baseball, the drinking game.
Okay.
I'm good at watching. I'm good at getting drunk at baseball games.
Yes.
So me on the anchor. First off, let's see here. This is going to be a tough one. I feel like Boston Brad needs to make the roster because he's also kind of like a child.
I feel like he'd have his phone going, hey.
Hold on. You need to take into account the fact that he is going to be 6 blunts deep.
Okay, true.
And he might not even know where he is at that time.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so very true. All right, so Boston Brad will be the one who keeps the couch from flying away in the living room. We'll be laying
Need a guy
down.
like that.
We'll will be sucking the upholstery off the couch when he's face down on it. Let's see. All right. So who in the WGG community? I feel like Jess has been at way more like high school and college parties than I have, and I feel like she'll have that experience.
What? She's 40. Why is she still going to high school parties?
I mean, I don't know. Her group of friends, keeps her young, just like my group of friends keeps me young. So it's
that's because our age difference is 30 plus years.
That's true. Exactly. I get the golden ticket. So it's me. It's Jess. Let's see. Flip Cup. I feel like Kenny has those like little skinny like salad fingers, like scarecrow fingers. You know what I mean? And he can flip a cup.
Salad fingers.
But I think they're also so fragile that they could break at any given.
He's like
he has to make
Edward
sure all
Scissorhands.
the beers got. If there's foam left in it,
Yeah,
It's just knuckle dislocated finger.
snaps off. It snaps off, and then Vambi.
Oh, Vambi's a good call, actually.
Vambi, I feel
all,
like
yeah.
Vambi. I haven't played Flip Cup with Vambi, but I just feel like I get the vibes from him that he would be dedicated to it. If Bob didn't disqualify himself, I would have called on him because he has the eye of the tiger, and I feel like
that's
if we were like playing best out of 5 or something like that, and we lost the first game, he would have blacked out and won every other game. But he's the asterisk on retainer there. So when Kenny breaks all 5 of his fingers trying to flip the first cup, I'm tagging him in.
my eyes would roll into the back of my head. Something would happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So, all right. Next voicemail, last voicemail.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tiki, your faraway degenerate here. We got Papa Don with the Boston Bruins. And, yeah, I mean, they're going to smoke the shit out of the Islanders. And we got Dr. Bob wearing the short sleeve, looking swole like another mother. I don't know why I said that, but it sounded good. And Chrissy P in a gray hoodie, taking a break from the black. Must have had to do some laundry recently. Anyways, guys, hope you're doing great. A little hypothetical, we got the Logan Paul Mayweather bout coming up this weekend. Just wanted to know,
Glad
if
you
there
bring
was
it
a tag team, 3-man tag team match against some other creators, who do you think he would match up well with?
Oh my God.
In terms of that, both to sell tickets as well as the Ferris fight. So, anyways, love you guys. Keep on going. Peace.
That's a great question.
We've never been asked that before.
That's a really good
Wait,
question.
what was it? What stream is it?
Tag team 3-on-3. I don't know if it was this is like wrestling or boxing, but we're in a ring 3-on-3 against another 3
Content
creators.
yeah.
All right,
That's a good question.
The entire staff of esports talk. I feel like
that's a good
we're-
one. Well, we got Jake Hunter and we got cameraman Pete.
Yep, they're eating the fucking mat.
But who on that fucking team would have to face me in the heavyweight belt?
Probably Hunter.
How tall? How big is Hunter?
I don't know.
I don't know. Jake's been looking a little thick lately.
Yo, honestly, Jake's in good shape.
He's got 12 abs.
He does have 12 abs. So we're gonna skip out just because I don't want to have to go up against Jake.
Whatever, I'll fight all 3 of them.
He's gonna take his shirt off. I'm gonna take. Actually, no, I might win that. Actually, once I take my shirt off, they all just start throwing up.
Oh.
Easy win.
Oh my God, is his nipple ring infected? What the fuck is that?
No, I just have fat nipples.
I suddenly have the weirdest craving for salami. Chris, what do you got? Who are we fighting?
So does it have to be a group of?
I don't know.
Or can we
Could just
pick
be
like
3.
fucking?
Yeah, it's pick and choose.
I would want to go up against XQC because I feel like it's an easy fight and I'm a pussy.
I think it has to be 3-on-3.
Oh, you have to pick a team of 3?
Yeah. Well, it has to be the 3 of us versus 3 other people.
I mean, fucking XQC, Nick Merckx, and Tyler One.
Ooh, a little mirror match.
So I'm gonna have to fight Tyler 1 on Nick Merckx' shoulders.
No, you know what we do? We have Dom fight Nick Merckx.
I am Nick Merckx. You get confused. It's
Yeah,
a mirror
right.
match.
Dom Merckx.
It's a mirror match.
So I have to fight Tyler 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think also we could also take the mob.
We could take them up who have gotten dropped from 100 Thieves or have left 100
Yes.
Thieves.
Rip.
Yeah. Sucks. But we could go against a mob. That'll be
Come sign with
hilarious.
us. Come to death row.
Yeah, come to death row.
You know. If you're tired of your CEO, getting Red Bulls at the front counter every day, come to death row.
Yeah. We got a couple Bud Lights in the fridge. The best we can do. Office gets really hot.
I got to start elevating my content.
Exactly what I want to do. Elevate my content.
Bob, who do you think we would face off Will against in a 3-on-3 celebrity death match.
I think it's hilarious that it would be Chris and XQC because I mean
it would be like two wacky waving inflatable.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Dom and Nick Merckx would just like the Spider-Man scene, just pointing at each other.
I don't like how the fuck would I fight Tyler 1?
Looking down,
I would have to get on my knees.
you would.
I have to fight him on my knees.
He's a little man, but he's buff and he's crazy.
Maybe Doc. I mean, I've talked about I would fight Doc any day of the week.
Isn't he like 6'9"?
Doc's a scary motherfucker. He's like 6'8", ripped,
Care.
big nice mustache.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, bro.
I've fought so many fucking roid heads
You should
in my
fight
life.
Tim the Tap Man.
I'd fight Tim.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah. All right, fine. Nick, XQC, Tim.
Easy win. Enjoy your L's, boys.
I don't think I'd take an L.
I would throw XCC across the fucking room.
Oh fuck! Let it be known though that we will outdrink any of your favorite podcasters, content creators, streamers, anybody. Really, we seriously will.
Give me a heads up though, so that day I won't be in a caloric deficit and I won't fall asleep.
100%. You already know though. Listen, the challenge is out there. The truth is out there, and it'll come to the light eventually. So you just wait. We're just waiting for somebody to step up so you can get knocked down. So I mean, like in like a drinking competition because we don't promote violence.
No violence.
But unless it comes to that,
Fuck it, I'll fight somebody.
but drinking.
Make love. What's that?
McLovin.
McLovin.
Did you know canonically McLovin will be 40 years old today?
What are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, well, that's his fake ID anyway, not like Fogel's age.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was in college, I was trying to get my cousin's ID and he was 32 at the time. Or no, he was 28 at the time. I was 19.
I was 28 when I was 16.
Oh, yeah, I was too, actually.
Shout out Jonathan Hagstrand. Good guy. Never met him in person, though.
I was too. I was trying to get my cousins because we very much look alike. And I was 19 and he was like 28. And he was like, you're never going to pass for 28. And I was like, you'd be surprised.
Watch me.
Yeah.
You ever have the Wild Rover?
Don't believe you, just watch.
It's like the fucking meme of the guy just patting them down but not touching.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what we got.
All right. Shall we land the train?
We shall.
Without further ado, boys and girls, it is now time to land the train. We're working on a couple things behind the scenes, but I guess I can kick things off. Shout out to Dom for making a Fire Flames design today, almost Friday. You're going to want this for your summer day drinks. I'm going to tell you that. The thing is beautiful. Shout out to all the good people that are hanging out in the chat. Shout out to all the people that are going to be listening to this on the pre-recorded. And shout out to the good folks over at Degenerate. We're very much enjoying our time with them right now. And we have a lot of good things coming. So stay tuned. I mean,
we can announce what we're doing this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
There's no reason why we can't. I mean, we might as well fucking do it now. It's this fucking Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing yet another like stream along, watch along event on Sunday for the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight. So if you want to watch along with us, it's going to be at the Degenerate Twitch channel, which is, I'm pretty sure, just twitch.tv/Degenerate.
Yep.
So Sunday, catch us live at Degenerate on Twitch.
Sunday. Kids seats only $5. Come and see Gravedigger
that was good. Really good.
at the Worcester DCU Center. Sunday.
What was the old what was it, the Fleet Bank Arena or what was it called?
Yeah.
When we were kids.
What was it? It was the Fleet Center.
Come join us down at the Fleet Center this Sunday. We're gonna have monster truck rally. Come get autographs signed next to Gravedigger. You pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
So yeah, this Sunday, Degenerate, twitch.tv/Degenerate. Yep. I think, is Mike joining us?
Yeah, he will.
Yes. Mike Kent will be joining us from Degenerate. We're going to have a blast.
We're going to beat the fuck out of him in chugging beers.
True.
We're going to teach him how to shotgun. He wants to learn how to shotgun beers, so that's going to happen.
Fool.
That's our boss. We're sorry. Also, shout out to Dylan commenting on, I think it was 2 weeks ago's podcast. First, my guys, God bless the WGG family. Hey, bless up, young king.
Dylan.
And that's all I got for this week.
Christopher?
Already went.
All right, great. Well, as for me, big shout out to everybody that's listening right now. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We cannot thank you enough for continuing to support us. Big shout out to Vambi for the new decor. We get the nice little Legend of Zelda neon sign over here. Loving that. Big shout out to Manscaped. For providing us with a flag. I believe Thrive Fantasy is sending us some shit to throw on the walls as well, so big shout out to them. Also, watch us. Make sure you watch us, twitch.tv/Dexerto. It's going to be on Sunday night.
Sunday.
You heard them there first. Sunday night, kid seats only $5. You can tune in live for free on twitch.tv/Dexerto, and you can watch your 3 internet dads talk about, social media personality getting the shit kicked out of them by one of the best boxers to ever strap on gloves.
Literally put on gloves. Can we announce the other thing, too, for next week?
No, we'll do that next week.
Yeah, stay tuned for next week too, though. But clear your schedules for the weekend afterwards too. Lots of good stuff coming up. Also, this month is officially Pride Month, which is huge. So shout out to all of our LGBTQIA plus friends, homies, family. We love you very much. We see you. We love you. We want to celebrate and party with you. And we hope that you're doing that. We hope that if you're listening to this, you're out there on your way to partying responsibly and safely and watching out for one another. And just as I put this out there already on the Twitter account, but if your friends or family for some reason have a problem with the way that you're living your life, fuck them, because you got 3 internet dads right here, and we love you very much, and we're proud of you, and we'll give you a big old hug the next time that we see you. So happy Pride Month. We hope that you're all celebrating responsibly, safely, and as much as you possibly can now that life is going back to normal and we can get out there and party, and we can't wait to party together.
What?
So,
look at that, timing wise, huh? World opens back up right for fucking Pride Month.
Look at that, bang! So you fucking enjoy that shit. You enjoy that shit. We love you. We love you a whole lot, and we see you. We love you. We hope to party together real soon. That's all I got.
Well, we got anything else before we sign off?
Not on my end.
No, love.
Love, peace, love. Video
peace
games.
and love. Peace and love.
So thank you, everybody, for tuning in for episode 235 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Shout out to our wonderful sponsors at Manscaped and Thrive Fantasy. You could find the podcast on all podcast platforms. That's every single one of them. But if you are on a podcast platform and that you just love, that isn't an everyday common podcast platform, but it's your podcast platform.
Yep.
And we're your podcast. You tell us.
Yeah.
And your podcast, that's us, will go on your podcast platform. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. You could catch us live at twitch.tv/Wicked Gaming every Thursday, or, at random, any given day of the week, at twitch.tv/Wicked Gaming, just streaming anything. There's no schedules really set. You could check out all the written content at wickedgaming.com. You could catch us on all social media at Wicked Gaming, except for Twitter. It's at Wicked Games. You could check out all of the video content at youtube.com/Wicked Gaming. And stay tuned for this Sunday. Catch us at twitch.tv/Dexerto. We're going to be streaming we're going to be doing a watch along for the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight. And if Logan Paul doesn't get knocked out in the first 2 rounds, I am going to be upset. So we will catch you on Sunday. Sunday. And then we'll catch you next week for episode 236 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We'll see you then. Peace.
Fight.
Damn.